year she had to compete in a different category. So this year she competed in organizational leadership. And I'm very proud to say we just got back from California last Thursday, where she placed 10th in the nation for FBLA in the category of organizational leadership. And this was an introvert. And I want to say thank y'all so much for helping us out.
Thank you. So that is amazing. So we work with the FBLA. We also work with the kids from the Uses Incubator EDU. And again, our goal is to even take that to another level next year as the school year starts. If you want to help get involved with mentoring the students, let Monty or myself know, because it has been my goal and our goal for 2 years. We want to take this to another level. We want to take it to the schools. We want to mentor them. I love it. That is the best story. I like winning too. So until we get one of your kids winning first place in the nation, 10th in the nation. Think about that, 10th in the nation. John.
And also, I did a presentation at Houston High School for the entrepreneur group, and I got a personal card signed by every one of them saying thank you.
Oh, I did too.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah. It's just a great group of kids. So this is our future. We want to mentor them. We want to help bring them along. So this is just something that we decided as an organizing team we want to take to another level. So we're going to look to do that and step that up even more this year. So what is 1 Million Cups? Back to it. If you're an organizer in the room, please stand up. Who's all our organizers? Stand up, please. All right, let's thank them for everything that they do in these groups. We got Greg over. Greg's in deep conversation. Just so you know, all of the organizers, everything that we do each and every week, we just do voluntarily because we think this is just the best program going today. So 1 Million Cups is a hub or a home base for entrepreneurs in Lake County. Now there is, I believe, we're up to 110 chapters across the country. This is not just something that we threw together and said, hey, let's put this together. This is a corporate organization across the country with 110 chapters. Each and every week, we volunteer our time because we love the program and we think it's doing great things. Everything that we do here is volunteer, it's free, there's no cost, no barriers to participate. If you know somebody this would benefit, bring them. And then if you are a business owner, an entrepreneur, a longtime business person, this is where we want you to help give your feedback and your experience to our presenters each and every week. A couple of numbers, I think Monty highlighted one of them. Over from September 23, so about an 18, 19 month time frame, maybe a little bit longer. So the average growth of returning presenters in revenue, they grew their revenue by 95% after presenting. So there is a ton of value that we want, and this is why we want you up here presenting each and every week. Again, more. What is 1 Million Cups? This is where we come. Our presenters are going to come and present a challenge to you. They're not going to come pitch. They're not going to come try to sell you. They're not going to try to fundraise. They are presenting a challenge with their business. They need your suggestions and help to overcome. It is connections and not networking. Connections we make are long-term organic relationships that will lead to long-term business. Networking is a quick, immediate sale. There is a lot of great networking organizations. Todd Henley in the back, president of our local BNI chapter, one of the best that I've been involved with. We have Marie. They just have endless numbers of networking opportunities at the chamber. Joa with the Leesburg Chamber, endless networking opportunities. Talk to them if you want to network. Come here if you want to make connections and help our presenters each and every week. And the one that we keep forgetting, I keep forgetting to remind Monty to put up there. This is for the community, by the community. This is a 100% community organization. Everything that happens here is because of you and your attendance each and every week. I'm going to take a quick second right now as a reminder for myself that next week, one of the things we also like to do is we want to say thank you for everything that you do each and every week by being here, helping our presenters. I think we said we were going to do 7 subject matter experts this year. This is to help give back to you suggestions that hopefully you can take back to your business for long-term success. Next week, we have one of our subject matter experts in attendance, so they're always valuable. They always bring great information. Please be here. This is going to be for you to give you suggestions that you can take back in your business, just as our way to say thank you for everything that you do each and every week. So, who is eligible to present? Do you have a business idea or a concept? If you're sitting around kind of going, I wonder if this would work in Lake County. Would it work in North Lake? Would it work in South Lake? This is where we want you to present that idea, because you're better off finding out now whether it will or will not work before you put 6, 8, 9 months of time, effort, and money into it to find out at that point, maybe the county's not ready for it. Maybe the county is 100% ready for it, and it's, full speed ahead. Really, the program is designed for newer businesses 1 to 5 years. This is where the success rate tends to struggle a little bit, and this is where we want to help overcome and increase that success rate with what we like to refer to as the what keeps you up at night challenges. So if you are in a newer business, we've got one today, we have a newer business, they have a challenge that it wakes you up at night. It's on your mind during the day. How do I overcome this challenge? This is where you come. You present that challenge, and everybody here, you've got 50, 60 successful business people in the room each and every week that is going to give you suggestions on how to overcome that challenge. And then established businesses as well. We want to help all aspects of business. So if you are an established business over 5 years, then we want to help you in growth. Growth, if it's done the wrong way, can be very, very detrimental to an entire business. We want to help you grow the right way. We have, again, successful people that have grown their business. They can tell you the do's and don'ts of being a successful business owner that has scaled and grown their business. All right, so if we have, I think we have a lot of first-time members here. If you are a first-time member, would you please stand up? So what we're going to do, we are going to introduce yourselves. What we ask from you at this time is we want name and business. This is not time to give our 30-second elevator speech. We want your name and business. We're going to go ahead and start with Jack. So, Matt, if you can start with Jack.
I'm Jack Foreman. I'm with Lifeway. I'm a brand partner, and I'm very excited to be here. I saw this yesterday on Facebook, and I've never seen it before. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, you're going to love it. Thank you. Dan.
Hello, I'm Dan Cardona. I'm with Godspeed Tattoo, and
Welcome. Nick.
Hey, how's everyone doing? My name is Nick. I co-own a record label and started my career in real estate, and my mother told me about it was a great place to meet people.
All right. Pamela.
Hi, I'm Pamela Trudell. I have a company, sports apparel company, and I do compression clothing for sporting events.
Perfect. Stuart.
hello, my name is Stuart Suit. I'm with Control Systems Inc. We do fire alarm and low voltage systems, accessing cameras. I like meeting people, and I like solving problems.
Very good. Thank you. Chris, you want to introduce yourself? All right. So that's all right. That's all right. We don't have to, but I do want to. I did talk to Chris beforehand, and I wanted to mention Chris. I talked to Chris, and I asked him how he found out about us. Chris has been watching since November of last year, so about 8 months that he has been watching, and Chris wanted to join us live in person today. So let's thank all of our first timers. Let's thank Chris for making the venture live. And this is why we try to build our social media presence and our online presence, because we want to take them from watching to in person. So Chris, thank you for being here. All of our first timers, thank you for being here today. So at the end of the meeting, we're going to do a couple of giveaways. So we'll make sure that business cards are collected. If we have not collected those, I don't know if we had a fishbowl out.
Yeah, this is a sore reminder slide. Check in at 3 times you get some swag.
Yeah, sometimes if it works. I've checked in, I don't know how many times, and when I checked in a couple of weeks ago, it didn't tell me I won anything, so I don't know. So, our question of the day, we're going to take a few questions. We want to get started here in the next couple of minutes. We know that AI is changing our world every single day, so our question of the day is, what are you using AI for? Do we need to ask AI what we're going to use it for? Well, we're going to go to Gray, we'll come over here, and we'll make our way around.
A lot of you know that I'm in the real estate business, and I'm actually using it for my real estate business, but then I'm also a research bug, so I use Gemini and ChatGPT, and I'm getting into the other AI. It's powerful.
I use ChatGPT mainly for tone in text message, because I'm busy, so I'm very straight to the point, and sometimes you don't know 30 seconds prior to that text being sent what someone just went through. They could have been in an argument with somebody, or they could be completely emotional about something. And when you send a text message, and let's just say it's short and to the point, they could take that as rude, and I've had that before. So I try to say, this is what I want to say. Help me make it to where it's not taken the wrong way. Yeah, pretty much.
No, that's very right. Ryan.
Brian Devontae Branding. So what I'll tell you what I do, my executive team's going to find out about it right now. But when I put together a prompt in AI, I treat it as though it's an employee, as an extension of my business. It's not a search engine, right? So I give it detailed instructions. You're a 30-year-old, not a 30-year-old person, but a 30-year veteran of whatever their field is, CMO, head of accounts, graphic designer, etc. And then I give it a problem. And I say, within your role, don't be a yes man. Tell me what's wrong with this. And then I take that and I put it with what my executive team says, and I see where they're going up. So.
Nick.
I basically use it for everything. ChatGPT is my personal assistant. It keeps me organized. It remembers how I like to run things. And more recently, we started using AI with CRMs, emails. So basically, AI is scraping leads for us, and it knows exactly what we're looking for, and it will answer in a manner that makes sense for what we're looking for. So, it finds active leads instead of dead leads, and filters out everything that wouldn't be any use to us. So we went from sending 100 emails a day to 2,000 a day. And it's a numbers game, so maybe 100 of them are valuable, but it saves an immense amount of time. And it's very useful.
We're going to go two more. We're going to go Wendy, and we're going to wrap up with Byron. Wendy.
I'm going to tell you 2 examples of my experience with AI. About 2 years ago, I'm writing my second book, and a friend of mine offered to help. And he ran it through ChatGPT, and then I found 3 mistakes in it. So I wasn't that impressed at that time. I heard it's better. And then more recently, tackling the DNA candy drops, I signed up with that company, and my profile, it asked me a few questions, and then it just spit out a whole profile, which I was very amazed how great that was. What I would have agonized over a week, it was done in 2 minutes.
Byron, esports photo. Everyone's so serious. I use it for photo editing. There is no faster way to take glare off glasses, to whiten teeth, to take do the very basics of facial editing. Been using an AI program to do that. And also for the photo booth business, I use it to create social media safe music to put behind videos that we record to send out, because I know if that doesn't exist anywhere else except when I throw it through AI, it's social media safe and it won't get demonetized or copyright stricken.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's growing every day. Did you know you can take a picture of a plant and ask it if it's being overwatered or underwatered? I do that home. Seriously, I do it at home sometimes. Like, what's wrong with my plant? It'll tell you what kind of plant it is. It'll tell you if it's overwatered, why it's overwatered, if it's underwatered, why. And it makes my plants look better.
I can tell you that Sarah Connor is disappointed in all of us.
So, how do we operate each and every week? So every week, except for next week when we have our subject matter expert, we have a 6-minute presentation. We're not going to cut you off at 6 minutes. We want you to finish, but we want to keep you to that time frame. And then we have roughly 20 to 24 minutes of feedback. This is where they're going to present their challenge to you. You're going to give them feedback to help overcome that. So today, speaking of AI, our presenter is going to be Eddie Biscana with Telephon AI. So let's welcome Eddie to the front.
Check 1, 2. Can you hear me in the back? Say hey. I'm gonna try to make this a little bigger. Hold on 1 second. This is week 1 for the business officially, so appreciate you having me out. Yeah, so hello everyone. My name is Eddie. I'm the founder of Telephon AI. Sorry, hold on. Yeah, that right there, right? This is how it always happens, isn't it? You're finally go to sit down, ready to focus. You're talking to a customer, quoting a job, stuck between cell towers. You know how it is. Or maybe you're giving a talk about your new business at 1 million cups. And bam, your phone decides to ring. Perfect timing, right? Could be a question, could be a big job, could be a waste of time. But here's the thing. You don't pick up because you're human. You're in motion. You're building. But that one ring might have been the best lead of the month. And that's a silent killer in most service businesses today. Not bad service, not bad marketing, just missed moments, just not enough hands. And that's exactly what we build Telephon AI to fix. Let's talk about something most businesses overlook until it's too late. Between 20 to 60% of inbound calls go unanswered, and here's the real punch. 80% of those callers don't leave a message. They don't try again, they just move on, usually to your competitor. How about you? How many calls are slipping through the cracks in your business? Even a conservative 2 to 5 missed calls a day may not sound like a lot, but it does add up very fast. That's 60 to 150 missed leads every month. At 200, let's say your average job is $200, you're losing between $12,000 to $30,000 per month, and that's revenue evaporating. And that's assuming just one sale per caller. We're not even going to talk about the lifetime value of those customers, right? Or the referrals that could be coming your way as a result of those. When we calculate all that, we're talking about losses in the totals of millions of dollars from a few missed calls. When you zoom out, that's a big deal. This can really mean the difference between a business that's thriving and a business that silently dies. And most people, they try to patch the leak. Maybe you forward calls to your cell. Maybe you have a friend help you answer some calls. Maybe you hire a phone system from India and nobody can understand them. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever talked that situation? Nothing against that area, but you know how it is. But patching doesn't fix the pipe. We're here not to patch. We're here to reroute, to fix it for good. Now, imagine this instead. Every call answered, every lead captured, no slip-ups, no voicemails, no sorry I missed you. That's what Telephon AI does. It's your virtual front desk, but smarter. It answers with personality, speaks like a human, books like a pro, confirms appointments, texts back after every missed call, instantly. It never sleeps, never forgets, never drops the ball. This isn't a robot. This is your most reliable hire, trained to close, not just answer. Always on, always sharp, always closing. Meet Jake the plumber. Top rated, always busy, somehow still fell behind. He worked hard, his clients loved him, but the calendar still had holes. Why? Because while Jake was fixing leaks, he was leaking leads. Calls went to voicemail, in quotes, got ghosted. Referrals slipped through the cracks, then enters Telephon AI. Now, it answers, it books, it follows up, it even asks for referrals and closes them. Jake doesn't worry about the phones anymore. He just shows up and crushes jobs. Telephon AI fills the calendar and keeps it full. Enough talk. Let's let the system speak for itself.
This is Asa speaking. How are you today?
Doing good. This is Eddie. I'm standing in front of a group of people at 1 million cups. Yeah, this is Eddie. I'm at 1 million cups. I don't know if you can you hear me?
Are you still there?
I didn't test it. Hold on 1 second. Can you hear me now?
Still there?
Yes, can you hear me?
Are you still there?
Yes, can you hear me? I gotta do it without Bluetooth. Give me 1 second. Appreciate your patience. Thank you. I should have tried it with the speaker first.
This is Asia speaking. How are you today?
I'm doing good. This is Eddie. And I'm standing in front of an audience of 1 million cups, business owners, entrepreneurs, and amazing people. Say hi to everybody.
Oh wow, Eddie, that sounds like quite the gathering, and I'm thrilled to chat with someone amongst such an exciting crowd. Speaking of exciting, can you please tell me your name?
Yeah, my name is Eddie, and I'm sorry, it might be hard to get with because I'm using a microphone right now, and it's probably staticky. But basically, I wanted to run a real quick simulation. I wanted you to pretend like that you're answering the phones for a plumbing company, and your goal is to book me as a prospect. So when I say ring ring, you're going to begin the simulation, and you're going to answer the phone.
Absolutely, Eddie. I'm ready for the simulation, and I'll play the role of answering the phones for a plumbing company. Let's dive right in. Ring, ring. Hi there. Thanks for calling Top Notch Plumbing Services. How can we make your day flow smoothly?
Yeah, I've got a major leak right now, and my house is flooding. I need emergency service immediately.
Oh no, that sounds like quite the emergency. Let's get to you as soon as possible. Can you please tell me your name and the address where you need the emergency service?
That's not a Oops. That's not a recording. That is a live AI in action. You're welcome to try it yourself after the presentation. You can call the number or scan the QR code. It's actually integrated to the website as well, so you can integrate it across platforms and multiple devices.
All right, Eddie, not to interrupt you, but let's jump to the end because we've got to get to where we can help you out with the challenges. So let's go down, go through these real quick. Let's get to the challenges and let's start working with the feedback.
Absolutely, appreciate your patience. All right, so what we experienced, that was the call center, but that's just the beginning. At Telephon AI, we have 5 core AI modules. Each one is engineered to fix revenue leak. Most businesses don't even realize they have. The call center answers calls, sets appointments. Happy customer follows up after the service. Form setter instantly texts hot leads as soon as they fill out your forms. Cold re-engager re-engages all those dead leads automatically and moves them into client prospects. I'm not going to go too much into this. This is some of our pricing models for some of the system deployments. Basically, for $600 a month, you get a 24/7 AI receptionist that can answer your phones. Want to launch fast? We do have core bundles that include like all the modules together as well in different packages. And this isn't theory. This is how Telephon AI is running as well. So if you get a chance to text the AI, have a chat with it, you actually talk it to our AI receptionist and get a chance to experience it for yourself. You've already done the hard part. You built a brand, earned the trust. You spent money on ads and held the service, built the reputation. But if the phone rings and no one answers, it falls apart. So what if you never missed another opportunity? No voicemails, no lost leads, no more what happened to that guy. What if every call, every click, every customer got captured, followed up, and converted automatically? As we wrap up, I got like 30 seconds.
No, let's go to the questions now
Cool.
because we want to make sure we give you enough feedback.
Absolutely.
So first, let's thank
Appreciate
you
your patience.
for the presentation. Ready and Ed, are you ready? So we got a couple of challenges. So the question is, in a situation like this, with a product like this, who should Eddie be targeting to present this challenge and this business to? John, I saw you had your hand up.
Yeah. So the objective is that the person calling doesn't know that he's talking to AI. Is that the objective?
Not necessarily.
Okay. So if I did figure out I'm talking to AI, then we go ahead. Are there situations in which she doesn't work, or pretty much can handle anything?
I'm sorry. What was the question?
Would there be a situation in which your potential customer called in and some kind of a glitch happened in the AI process?
Yeah, absolutely, that can happen for sure. It's important to remember no system is perfect, right? As we've already discussed, you can forward your calls to your cell phone or your friends, or you can forward your calls to some phone answering service in India, right? But they all have downsides. And just like with any system, it's not going to be perfect, but the key is it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be as good as a human, right? Like, and that's not really hard nowadays when it comes to having your phones answered.
All right, we got Ryan. Amanda, you got anybody in the back? We'll go to Ryan first.
So, Ryan Avanti. So, one of the things that I guess I'll kind of throw back at you to question, because I think we all heard the sales pitch, but I'm still not 100% clear on what you're trying to get out of your time with us. So, I'm going to flip that question back to you. The very first one is, who do you think we should target? Who are you guys trying to target? Who are you going after? Maybe if we understood a little bit more about that with your business, we could give you a little more constructive feedback.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So really, we're just targeting our niche market is anybody who needs their phones answered. So the AI is fully adaptable, and we custom engineer it to solution to whatever use case it's for. But the call center module is as simple as it answers calls and it books appointments. That's the call center core functionality.
All right, we're going to go Cole, then we're going to go Josh, and then we're going to go to Eric. Cole.
Hey, good morning. Cole Charlotte, Florida Air Incorporated. I'm just curious, here at Florida Air Incorporated, we use a CRM called Service Titan, which does offer, integrated AI phone answering systems. So I'm just curious if there's any differentiation between what you're doing and what specifically the trade industry, folks in the trade industry would see from their CRM.
Sure, we can incorporate with any CRM. We can integrate with any technology that's related to that field. And what we do is we have two parts to it. Like, our solutions are fully custom engineered for businesses, so we can come in and actually utilize whatever technology you currently have and integrate it. But we build out these 5 core modules that can be scaled across third-party platforms all the way up to fully integrated self-hosted solutions. So same concepts, but they get more expansive as it grows, and you can essentially, to the point of, like, if you have a government entity or a hospital, they need to have fully private AI on their own servers, then we can scale it to that as well. So all localized large language models are offline, those types of things as well. So.
We're going to go Josh, Eric, Alan. Did you have something?
I did. Yep.
All right, we'll go Alan, Derek, and then Matthew. Josh.
Josh, Northwestern Mutual. So, who should we target? I didn't feel like I was sold, but I appreciated you showing your pricing because it told me right there. I don't think you need to find the one-man bands. They may not be ready for that. But for those businesses that are scaling a little bit more, who has somebody that may be already answering the phone, but they can be better positioned to do something else, you need to be finding those clients to say, hey, I have a solution that instead of hiring another brand new person to answer phones, you can use this person you already have on your staff to do something else to continue to scale their business. As a one-man band, I'm not going to be able to pay those prices.
Eric.
Eric Kleinmuth, Wellness Wisdom. In line with what you were saying, when you have a small, struggling business, some of those prices are just out of reach, even though it could potentially. I'm just wondering if your system has it where you might be able to prorate it based on the number of calls it handles. Because some small businesses are lucky to get 2 or 3 calls a day. They may only miss 1. And those prices, in my mind, my experience, are rather steep for that. So maybe they can work their way up to a point where you go, this much for like 20 to 30 calls a month, this much for that. You might be able to target smaller businesses, and as you help them grow, they'll see the greater need for it, and as their calls and business grows, the amount of per hits that they would use with your system would grow, and then you'd make more money that way versus up front, because as a small business, I just don't have the extra cash flow to put out that much, $20 a day for something like that. But I can see there's value in it, but I try to answer every call, and sometimes I miss 1 or 2 a day, and I don't even get for 1 or 2 calls a day, and it seems a little steep. Thank you.
Alan.
Thanks for today. You heard from a couple of people about being a little bit more specific on your need or your ask, so we can help you focus on that. You said it's your first week?
Yes, sir.
Is this your business, your own personal business, or is this like a franchise or some kind of?
Yes, my own personal business. It's a brand new startup, yes, sir.
Congratulations. Have you done market research to kind of determine, because it can't be anyone who needs a phone answered, so have you done more market research to figure out what that market segment could look like for you?
Yeah, it's kind of tied to the feedback Yes, so this system obviously isn't designed for somebody who's not got any calls coming in and they're not missing any calls, right? So if you have a sole entrepreneurship, of course, the AI system is not going to be for you at that point, right? So the entry level system is built the pricing tiers are built for basically companies that are transitioning from a sole entrepreneurship to the point where you have a person missing 2 or 3 calls a day. Once that happens, that's kind of a trigger, because as I showed earlier, even if you're missing 2 calls a day and your average ticket sells only $200, you're losing you're basically losing anywhere between $13,000 to $50,000, $30,000 a month just from missed calls if those are your average ticket sales.
Derek. Hi, Andy. A few questions, and I may have missed it, but one, does it send a text to the plumber? Does it send a text reminder to the person who set up the appointment? And how does it handle scam calls?
So the system is designed to automatically generate appointments on your calendar. So it answers the phone, it speaks to the person, it's preload with FAQs or whatever information we need to put in the knowledge base of your business for basic functionality. Because remember, the call center is just answering calls and setting appointments. So what it does is it answers the call, and it uses Google Calendar or Calendar integration, and automatically adds the appointment to one calendar. So that's the basic functions. I don't know if that answered your question or not. So it show up to both the subscriber, the caller, and the business owner. They'll have it on their Google Calendar.
And the scam calls, how does it handle? Because I get calls all the time that don't go anywhere.
Yeah, it just doesn't go anywhere with them. It just talks.
Count against the...
So to Derek's question, because I get them too, I get probably 2 or 3 a day. Is it recognizing this number? Because if you Google a number and it comes in, it'll tell you that
It's just going to interact with them for a moment, and then it's going to, is it going to say, hey, this is so-and-so Eden with so-and-so business, how can I help you? And they're going to talk, and it makes a decision if this person needs to be forwarded to a human or not, or if it needs to be pushed into a client prospect, and then its mission in life is to convert that call into the end goal, whatever that is. So if your end goal is to get an appointment on your calendar, that's its focus. If your end goal is to sell a product, that's its focus as well. So whatever that is. But yeah, spam callers will get filtered out just naturally with that process. It's got value just for that.
All right, Matthew Guy, Pinpoint Web Studio. Great seeing you again, Eddie.
Yes, sir.
Oh, thank you. So I got 2 different things. So first off, I know you're only a week in, but I would highly encourage you to kind of build out a portfolio with this. So you're really going to find that there's going to be specific niches when it comes to these industries. And then building out that portfolio allows you to say, hey, I've helped these businesses. I've helped doctors' offices with this one, this one, this one, this one, and they all saw this kind of success, this kind of percentages, etc. But where to start personally, since this kind of is a replacement for a person that you would hire, I would encourage you to start on by going on job searches on things like Zillow or Indeed or Zillow. What is it? The other one. But you look for that sort of secretary sort of role within companies. You're going to see a lot of the same exact companies. They're going to have these openings up. And then, especially if they're local, either you can drop in or however you can find a way to get access. You leverage the network of people that you meet. Hey, I'm looking for an introduction to whoever is the decision maker at this company. You get that in, but be able to really compare apples to apples with the person. Instead of hiring this person for $40,000 a year, this AI for $18,000 is never going to sleep. And you are able to just pick apart and just show this person the value based upon making one decision or this decision. And it should be a no-brainer from there. And then you can build a portfolio because you're probably going to see a lot of the same industries that constantly have job openings because, well, we just don't have enough workforce around here for certain things.
Smart.
All right, so John, real quick before we come, I'm going to steal Todd. Todd, I know you're going to get to this. Here's my thought. One, you put the slide up there that we're losing up to $12,000 a month in revenues. Research that and narrow that down to make sure that you can document this is where I'm finding this information. Go to the business, find out which businesses are losing the most business and the most revenues by missed phone calls. go to them and just say, for example, I'm going to pick on our realtors in the room. Maybe you're missing calls. Maybe you're missing showings because you're at a showing. Go to the agents in the room and say, I'm going to give this to your office for 90 days. And we're going to see how many more sales you make, how many more appointments you do, so you can document, and when you go to these businesses, now you have proof to say, look, this is how much money they were losing. These are missed appointments that they no longer miss. This is additional revenues. So give it to somebody for 90 to 120 days, so now you have built a performance model that you can take to other businesses. John?
Well, that's pretty much following what I was going to say. Number one, to the extent that you can have actual data, historical data on something that happened, put that in your presentation, the numbers that you did earlier. Number two, strategically, you need to follow that phone call flow through to the sale and be able to track that information so that you can take that data to the next client and to the next client and to the next client.
Great.
Great presentation, Eddie, and I agree with you. All the components that you're offering, everybody's going to this model, and this is actually very beneficial for small businesses. I just did the cost center, and I don't know if you, was that unlimited for the cost?
The call center?
Call center?
Yes, sir.
7 months, $600. So at 35, if you're doing 35 hours a week, 5 days a week, that's 140 hours divided by 600, that's $428 rounded. So $4.28 rounded. So who's going to get somebody to work for that? So even a small business can afford this just from that concept. So what I'm saying to you is take all those things, all 4 of those major things, and break them down and bring out the total amount it's going to cost per hour based on 35 hours. And then that, I think from that aspect of a model and presentation, a business owner is going to say, wow, that's actually, this is needed, even for a small business that has only 3.
I'm going to go last.
Excellent, thank you.
Marguerite.
Hey, this is Margarita with DRF Innovative.
Yo.
I would say the one thing is to also set yourself apart. There are going to be big companies, AI is everywhere. I would say also inform why you. What is it about your company? What is it about the personal? If you're going for small businesses, make sure you know that you are their small business guy. If you're going for larger businesses like hospitals, then you know that you are their tech guy. So when you're looking at your niche and you're realizing this is the people that I want to encounter, make sure that they feel that, because in everything it is a relationship. You want them to feel that relationship with you.
We're going to wrap it up with Monty.
All right, Eddie, real quick, some feedback. I would back it in from a labor perspective of how long did this take you to build it, how soon do you need that ROI, and then how much time are you going to have to spend with that individual business owner to maintenance this or to build out that initial FAQ or knowledge center, and then go from there from a cost perspective and sell that you're kind of always on call or that always available in maintenance, because with these CRMs, they may not be as available. Speaking of these competing CRMs, leverage your cost strategy against those. Those are your competitors, not necessarily a staff agent, because that's different. It's a human aspect. Yes, you're trying to get to that level, but it will never be that. So I would focus on them as being your competition. Great product. I think we're going to see more and more of these concepts, so keep differentiating yourself. When you market, I would lean into that 24/7, because a lot of people have their business hours in Google and such. That plumber is only going to go plumb 9 to 5 or whatever it is, but somehow offer suggestions of like call this number anytime or like book anytime, and have that kind of preloaded marketing and incorporate it in you as well when you're selling. Last thing, what can we as a community do for you?
Just honestly, the feedback has been very helpful. Just this already has been immense. So that means the world to me. So.
All right, let's thank Eddie for his time.
I would say, just for if you want to scan that, feel free. That takes you to the website. You can actually talk to the AI and experience that yourself as well.
All right, we're going to go back real quick on one thing, Derek and Marguerite, as soon as you guys are done. Now, one thing, please stick around. We've got plenty of food. I think we still have coffee. The one thing that we did not get was any blind spots that you saw during the presentation. Please stay. Talk with Eddie afterwards. Talk with some of those so he can continue to perfect the product. So as we go, now you know what a presentation, what a normal week at 1 Million Cups is about. If you're interested in presenting, scan the QR code. That will take you to the presentation screen. We have a sign-up sheet in the back where you can sign up if you are interested in presenting. If you have a challenge in your business that you need to overcome, now you see how it works. For our first timers, this is what we do each and every week. We help newer businesses overcome those challenges. And then lastly, our community announcement. So one of the things we're doing, if we have a community announcement or if you have an event coming up, we'd like to keep it within the next 7 days. Let us know the date and the name of the event and the location. If you have flyers, please put them in the back. We want to keep this, if at all possible, we want free events because this is a weekly free event. But bring your flyers in the back, advertise them. So community events. Monty, you have something.
All right. So now that we're focused on data, how many of you are scared to lose it? A lot, right? So, free event, we're going to bring, I would say, 2 of the top locally owned cybersecurity companies and IT companies in our region right here into Tavares. It's going to be free. It'll be July 29th, 4 to 7 at the Tavares Pavilion on the lake. If you haven't been there, it's a beautiful venue, probably the nicest venue in the county. We're partnering with UCF Business Incubation Program, so you know it's legit. No, our HR Summit, we had 175 people there. So we try to target these to apply to any small to medium-sized business. So you'll leave with an action plan. It'll be an active workshop. There'll be food there. Hope to see you there.
Yeah, and this is why I always say, if you're not on the lead calendar, get on the lead calendar. All of the events, the HR was free. This is free. They put on some amazing events. They do a great job. And again, 90% of them are free with great information that you can take back to your business. Marie, I'm sure you got lots going on with the chamber. You're going to pass today? Oh, you're going to go last. Ryan, come on up.
All right, real quick, for the Leesburg Area Chamber of Commerce, we have our young professionals, which is anybody under 40 or pretending to be under 40. Oh, you're here. I'm sorry. I'm going to stop talking. I'll let you do it. I didn't know you were here. More from Joe.
Arlene.
Tonight is Fresh Market at Farron. It's a farmer's market. They have, I think she's like 43 vendors now. It's a lot of fun. 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock at Farron Park.
All right, good morning. Joe from the Leesburg Chamber. As he was saying, we have our Young Professionals Luncheon tomorrow, Thursday at noon. It's going to be a Great Chicago Fire in downtown Leesburg. That is for anybody under 40 or pretending to be under 40. We don't card. Also, on Friday, we have our monthly speed networking event. It's at 7:45 early at Rogers Park Pavilion in Leesburg. It is typically a members-only event, but non-members can come the first time for free. So 7:45 we have breakfast. We start promptly at 8. We got you out of there by 9. It's a good time. Thanks.
Hello, Wendy Sloan with Toastmasters. We have 2 groups locally in Lake County, Monday night at 5:30 at the Eustis Chamber of Commerce, and Tuesday morning at the Leesburg Chamber of Commerce at 9 o'clock. Next month we're going to have a special program called Speechcraft, and that is to help businesses or schools empower people that cannot come to a normal Toastmasters meeting. Maybe they're too young, so we're reaching out to the community.
So, if you've wanted to present, and you come every week and kind of go, man, I really want to present, I do not want to get up there. Toastmasters is going to get you there. I was part of Toastmasters many, many years ago. It is a great program to help get past that barrier of speaking in front of people. There's an old saying that goes way back when, people would rather be in the casket than giving the eulogy. If you've ever heard of that, it's true. It's true. So if you want to give the eulogy, talk to Wendy. Matthew.
All right, good morning, everybody. So tomorrow morning, this same exact building, in the same exact room, from 7:15 a.m. to 9 a.m. is the Golden Triangle BNI Chapter's
meeting, our live meeting, I should say. So myself, Todd Headley, Derek, I think there might be a couple other BNIers in the room. But you can, Cole.
Since you called out his birthday.
If you're interested in coming, BNI is the opposite of this, so it is a membership required. However, you can attend as a guest, but essentially, there's only one person per business category that is allowed to be a member of a chapter, so it's like a referral route. But you're welcome to come as a guest tomorrow, 7:15 to 9. Registration is required, so you can see one of us.
Great organization. I was part of it for 17 years. But if you want to get slated, call out Matthew on his birthday. Right, Josh? All right, Marie, wrap us up.
Well, you got Cole in the back there.
I can yell.
Yell quickly.
This coming Tuesday from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the AMF bowling lanes in Leesburg.
The HBA is hosting Family Bowling Night. So anyone who is a member or realtors, a lot of realtors like to join the HBA. If you want to come, let me know.
All right, now Marie.
Okay. Tonight, Farron Park, Fresh Market at Farron Park. The Chamber has been involved in a lot of initiatives, and that was one, to get that market in downtown. So tonight from 5 to 8, that's going on. Saturday, also working with the city of Eustis and the mayor, music initiative. So we're going to have second Saturday Sounds in the Park from 6 to 8, and it's free. So get your chair, even if it's raining, I guess, bring an umbrella, and come and take advantage of that. And they're going to do three months of concerts like that. In addition to that, let me think. Okay. Okay. Sonia White. Yes. Two of our community service award winners are from Eustis High School, are from the FBLA program. So that's also an area where we've been working with our youth, and that's also part of our strategic plan is education, entrepreneurship education with our youth. So we've been working with them. The other one is we have launched a fundraiser for Western Kerr County Chamber of Commerce. We're working with them. I've been in contact with their director, and what we're going to do is we're going to do a fundraiser on our end and send it to them and funnel it to them and let them go and disperse amongst their business community what they need. And they have tremendous needs. She was in her house and the water level had gotten to the ceiling. So we spoke with them, and in conjunction with All-American Construction Services, I think Margaret can speak to it.
So the fundraiser is concerning the floods that have happened in West Texas, specifically Camp Mystic. There's been quite a bit in the news. All-American Construction Services, we do a lot of storm response, specifically with campgrounds, mobile home parks, RVs. That is kind of our niche. And so we wanted to start a fundraising initiative to help that local community, that business community. The Chamber works with those specific camps that have been washed out. And we kind of wanted to start that, get awareness on it, figure out how we can help both that community and our colleagues in Texas. Thank you, Marie.
And one great reminder too is we see these devastating events happening. Biggest thing we can do is keep them in our prayers. God's got this. Keep them in our prayers. So let's wrap up. Who saw value in being here today? Raise your hand. I think pretty much everybody. Who would see value in bringing a business partner next week or the week after so they can get the same value? Raise your hand. All right, in 2 weeks, if we don't have 80 people here, everybody's fired. All right, we're going to wrap up with Monty's favorite part of the meeting, our pictures. Thank you for being here. Be here next week for our Sunday.